Hi, everybody, Chris Lipper on the Bus Sales Training, Coaching, Consulting, and Virtual Trade Shows. And today we're going over Chapter 3 from our workbook on asking for referrals. Here we go. I gotta share screen, share sound. Hopefully this is it. Yep.
Chapter 3, Asking for Referrals. So if I were going to beat a dead horse, this would be the horse to do it with. Let's name the horse Angelo. Go for the referral, not the sales. Many times people will refer themselves. Asking for referrals is the essence of networking. When the people you're meeting with don't feel sold to or at, they tend to let their guards down and even refer themselves. Referrals can also be a future IOU for services well done. Hey, if we do the great job that we both know that I'll do, can I count on you for a couple of referrals? Just ask. What do you have to lose? Nothing, if it's done right, and you have so much to gain. Asking for referrals is the easiest and least expensive way to grow a business. Many of you get referrals, and many of you tell people that your business has grown by referral, but few of you ask for them. It just takes guts, tact, and timing. I suspect if you have the tact, the rest will come together for you. So let's focus on the tact. There's more to getting a referral than just asking questions. What do I mean by tact? It comes from the same word as tactile. It's your touch, your approach. It's posing the right questions, sure. Who, what, when, and how. Then it's listening to the answers. There's also the follow-up. What do you do when the person says, "Sure, I know someone perfect for you"? And then what do you do when you meet the person? So there's a lot to cover here. Know who you want to be introduced to. Everyone and anyone is really no one. Know who and where your centers of influence are. If you handle chiropractic equipment, a doctor is a much better introduction than people with bad backs. Make sure that the person you're asking for a referral is capable of doing it. I'd also focus on a type versus a person. When should you ask for the referral? When you've told someone what you do when they have said to you that you've done a good job for them, or in follow-up, before meeting with them, when confirming making an appointment. A great way to get referrals is by giving them. Don't keep score. It's more of a karma thing. The more you give, in theory, the more you'll get. Be a connector. More people will want to meet with you. Follow up. So when you ask someone for a referral and they say, "Yes, I know the perfect person for you," what do you say? "That's great, thanks so much. And I hope they remember to follow through making the introduction"? No. You say, "That's great. Can you introduce me to them via email without blind copying me? Then I can follow up. Do you mind doing it now via your phone so you don't forget, as I know how busy we all get?" How? Just be comfortable and conversational. Do you know someone who might benefit from what we do? Or my favorite, you are, or your company's the perfect type of company for us. How would someone go about working with a company like yours? Who would they talk to? Could you introduce me to them? Please note that referrals can be a currency or a promise. Someone might say, "I really need this done today. Can you move me up the list?" You can say, "Sure, and if everything turns out perfect, will you give me a couple of referrals as a thank you?" You can also ask for a referral up front. "Sure, I can meet your price, but I'd ask this when I do a great job for you at the price you need. Will you give me 2 referrals in exchange?" Referrals can be a form of currency. I negotiated $1,500 off a bill for past and hopefully future referrals to my vendor. Always ask for a referral whenever you get a compliment, whenever you're being recognized for doing something above and beyond. Email follow-up. We've gotten the email introduction, now what? Reply to all, thanking the sender for the introduction, and embrace the referral with an offer to meet, discuss them and their business, and share a referral or two. Sample email. "Thanks for the introduction, Bob. Hi, Sally. Let me know if you would like to get together to talk about you and your business, and I could tell you a little about me and mine. We could find out if we are a fit for each other and maybe share a referral or two. If you'd like to meet, there is a link below sharing my availability with you that you might find helpful. Looking forward to meeting you, Chris." I just created a shortcut just by typing RF that text populates that paragraph automatically. Just a suggestion, try yours here. Another time to ask for a referral is whenever you give a virtual tour, meaning whenever someone asks you what you do. You tell them and then say, "Do you know anyone who could benefit from what we do?" Find your own words, make it flow, make it comfortable. This is the tactful part. If you think it's sleazy or salesmanship, you won't do it. Own it. Review. Why are we asking for referrals and networking in general? Because it's the easiest, cheapest, and best way to grow many of our businesses. So what do you do when someone says yes, they have an introduction for you? Wait for them to make the referral the next time they see the person? Hope that they'll remember to tell them about you? No. Coach them. It just takes guts. Ask them to introduce you via email or text, preferably by email, and not to blind copy anyone. If you have the courage, say, "Do you mind doing it now so you don't forget?" I know how I am, and things I mean to do can slip away as the day goes on. So what do you do when you meet with the person? Let's fast forward. One of the questions you'll ask is, "It was so nice of Bob to introduce us. Why do you think he wanted us to meet?" And then shut up and let them tell you all the reasons you'll close them. Just let them go. The whole reason for doing this is to use the line when you meet, "It was so nice of Bob to introduce us. Why do you think he wanted us to meet?" Then let Sally tell you all the reasons she'll close herself. Lead her to the close with questions, and she will close herself. Go for referral, not sales. Many times, people refer themselves.
All right, I hope you found that helpful. I got to tell you, I haven't listened to that chapter for a while, and I realize I've gotten very sloppy, and I'm not doing a great job with this. So it was helpful for me to hear as well. Any thoughts, comments? Everybody doing this perfectly? Go ahead, David.
Yeah, what I started to do actually from Chris's suggestion is at the end of a one-to-one, I would say to the person, based on what I've shared with you about my business, would you know anybody potentially that would be a good introduction for me? Or something like that.
You know, and who could benefit from our service.
Or could benefit from our, some can benefit from our services.
Yep. Ernie, how about you? Whoop, sorry about that. Ernie, how about you? Are you great at this?
Not great. I find that I often lack. My lack is in the follow-up. I'm pretty good at talking to people face to face, but it's the follow-up that sometimes lets me down. Now sometimes that's time, sometimes it's the words, the questions to ask.
So when you say the follow-up, meaning when somebody asks you for a referral or when somebody says they're going to give you a referral?
Well, someone asked me for a referral and someone, but in both, in fact, you know, it's sometimes the words to use to bring them into my company, to work with them more.
I think a large part of this, and a part that isn't discussed enough, is when we ask for a referral and somebody says, "Yeah, you know what, I know someone."
Yeah,
we need to coach them on what to do next and how to do it. So we need to say something like, "That's great. Do you mind introducing me by email? Hey, Plowman, can you mute, please? There's noise when you're moving around." So there's a coaching moment there on how to have them give the referral.
yeah.
Okay. Is anybody here not comfortable asking for a referral? So one of the things we do, and I think one of the things we do best, is every month when I meet with a member, and everybody here pretty much are members, you know that we have a scorecard that we call a bus pass, and we will track on there how many referrals we asked for in a month. And we have a goal. right? So we have a goal of how many we should be asking for, and we track that and how well we did, and if we got them. So that's all important stuff to do. Okay, Jeannie, you have a
I
comment?
just, wa- yeah, I do. I just want to say that, I get what you're saying, Ernie, because I used to be the same way. Somehow I would have a one-to-one, I'd walk away, and I felt defeated for some reason because I didn't really get anything out of it. I didn't get a customer, I didn't get a referral, and it was because I wasn't asking. And thank goodness that I did become part of On the Bus, because that was one of the big turnarounds in my business, and all of them actually was actually asking for the referral at the end versus to just letting them go and hoping and praying
Yeah.
that someday, somehow, some way they'll remember me and decide that they'll find my phone number, who knows where it is at that point, and give me a call. And that worked, slowly. It was like the drip on your forehead, right? It's there and it's working, but mostly it's annoying. And then you just kind of like just spinning your wheels. But because I took that on as a practice, not just a once in a while get it done situation, I took it on where at the end of every time I'm talking to somebody, I ask for a referral in some way, shape, or form, that it just really upticked my business in every aspect of my business. So I have to say that was one of the hugest things that I had going. And this group, this On the Bus training that we have with Chris is just the one thing that really made it turn around. So, and here, the guys here know that my numbers have been crazy since I've really instituted it. It's just really made a huge difference in many areas. So thank you, Chris, for that.
So thank you for saying that, but I'm going to one up it. So here's the one up, right? The purpose of any one-to-one, the purpose of it is to ask for a referral. That's why we're having the one-to-one. Let's not lose sight of that. We're not there to sell. We're not there. We are there to ask for a referral. We want to give them enough information where they can take their mental Rolodex of 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and get it down to one or two that they can introduce us to. And we're there to ask for that. And I'm going to take it up another step. The whole purpose of us networking, and all of us network, is to get to that moment we can ask for a referral. So it's why we're doing this. And I think we lose sight of that sometimes. And good habits are as hard to break as bad ones. And these are good habits. Right? And we can do it with personal stuff. I filmed a band this weekend. The videos turned out great. They're raving about them. It's just a side hustle. It's a hobby I do. But I should say to them, do you know anyone else who might be interested in this? And then I can start charging for it. So it doesn't just work in our main stuff. It can work with a lot of things. All right. Any other comments or thoughts, questions, comfort levels? Plowman, your whole industry is built on asking for referrals. How good are you at this?
Well, I am somewhere, Jeannie said it very well. So I'm somewhere where she was, I don't know, months ago. I don't know how many months, as far as just what she said, because I meet a lot of people, but I don't ask for referrals. So I just have to start building that habit.
It's why we're there. I can't stress it enough. They can refer themselves. Right? And how much easier is it to close a warm lead than just, meeting someone? Right? If I know David's drinking 5 gallons of water bottles a month because he doesn't like his water, and I refer you in and I say, hey, David, I want you to meet this guy Plowman because I see you've always got these water bottles and I think you would enjoy his product. Can I introduce you? And he says, sure. That's teed up for you. How easy is that for you to close? Right? So when we get the referral opportunity, when somebody says, yeah, my neighbor would be a good fit for you. What are we going to do? Wait for them to bump into them taking out the trash in a month and hope they remember to introduce you? No. we're going to say, do you have your phone on you? Do you mind introducing me now? Now that's a little aggressive, but you got to figure out how to ask that. Because we all forget. How many people here have ever forgotten to make a referral you meant to do? I do every day. Yeah, that's why when I'm in these networking groups, and I've been to 3 this morning, you know, I'm typing away in the background, introducing people. You guys have all gotten referrals from me. That's where you get them. You know, but if I don't do it then and now, I forget. So, and the other thing is on the receiving end, and I go over this in the book, you need to know how to receive it, right? So you get emailed, you've requested that they introduce you by email. So you thank the person who gave it to you. And then you just want to book the appointment. Don't sell them on the spot. You know, just say, hey, I'd love to learn more about you and your business, tell you a little bit about me and mine, find out if we're a fit for each other. There's a link below for scheduling. Let's set up some time together whenever's good for you. And then you meet them and you say, Plowman, it was so nice of David to introduce us. Why do you think he wanted us to meet? You know, and then you're going to tell me all the reasons I'm going to close you, or you're going to close yourself. It just flows. It's the recipe. It's why we do this stuff. It's why we go to those god-awful events, you know, and we're on them all day. And they're fun, but does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but if I did, this is the horse. All righty, we'll stop the recording here.